you got going on, gang?
Please don't act black, cause that's just gonna piss me off.
Please don't act like a female. That's gonna piss me off. You over there being prejudiced. Ha! Wrong with you.
Got him.
That was honestly the best response to what she said. He hit her with the Uno reverse card. And it is in fact my birthday today. Did you guys really think I was going to miss an opportunity to get a video out for you all? Come on now, we're going to be covering a lot of craziness in this video. So if you are new and you want to leave me a birthday gift, maybe consider subscribing, like the video, and enjoy.
Want to know how to make a trans puppy happy? Give him a bunch of intramuscular injection supplies. Yay! Oh!
What is the most common thing we see with these people in these videos? They're all weird. They're all the sorts of people that hard drives need to be checked.
Did you guys drive here for this?
Yep.
How long was that drive?
About 8 hours. We had to leave yesterday because we didn't know that the trial was being moved until just...
Wait, free Luigi?
Right.
What?
Yeah, you're...
I need to put this on a flipping t-shirt. Why do they all look the same?
Here's a little hack to stop your parents from misgendering you this holiday season. So say you're at a family event and your parents misgender you in front of everyone. Simply release all of the piss and shit in your body onto the floor. Start pissing on the floor. Start shitting on the floor. And when your family's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just go, my parents never taught me how to piss or shit in the toilet, so I have to piss and shit on the carpet, and all the carpet's covered in piss, and all the couches are covered in shit, and I can't have roommates because they say I'm too stinky to live with because my parents never taught me how to piss or shit in the toilet. Your parents will think it's far more embarrassing to have a child that can't piss in the toilet than one that's transgender. Happy holidays.
Stop it. Get some help.
He's talking about happy holidays. Flipping hell, happy birthday to me, eh? Watching this nonsense, but you know I gotta get a video out for you guys. Man, I don't even know what to say. Again, weird people saying weird things.
Okay, so today I had a conversation with a student. And she was ranting because she couldn't quite understand how no one else in class, my classes or in the school, has noticed or commented either or about the fact that I have a chest now. I'm small for most women, especially because they're my size. They're just barely technically B cups. I've been on hormones about a year. Difference from most trans women. I'm bigger, so I have more body fat for my body to work with, to move around, to make things happen. So I kind of have a cheat code that way, because your body needs fat to work with to redistribute it.
Yeah, not that much, mate.
The main point is I just found it funny that one of my students, a teenager, was ranting to me about how it's so easy for her to notice. How come no one else has noticed? She's kind of got a point. And like, I'm not actually hiding. Purple curly hair, cat's eye glasses in the classroom, painted nails all the time.
You're
bracelets.
A teacher.
I wear skinny jeans. I've worn women's dress pants a few times. Basically, I don't have any men's pants or anything. And then my shirts are fairly tight because that's where I'm comfortable. And even though I don't have the best body, I feel comfortable. But I do find it funny because she's kind of right. How did people not notice? How have they not noticed B cups yet? That's just my rant for today.
How the hell are these people being hired as teachers? Everything this person is speaking about has got nothing to do with actually delivering an education to those kids which are there for. You talking about B cups and all this nonsense, that has nothing to do with those kids. Keep that behind closed doors. What you do is up to you. Leave the kids out of it. And I think anyone that's overweight has got a flipping chest, haven't they? Just talking about kids, not noticing her boobs or his boobs, whatever. If that's not weird, I don't know what is.
Got a really important question to ask you. I went for my first ever bra fitting yesterday.
We don't do crack. We don't do that. Crack is whack.
Do you think that tax dollars should go towards trans surgeries? Yes.
Because it is a medical necessary surgery. Yes, I agree with that.
Every American's tax dollars should go towards trans surgeries.
If we have free health care, then health care should provide everything a person needs. Trans surgeries, whatever else that, you know, they need, it should go because they can't be happy in their own skin.
Okay.
And they got to be happy in their own skin, and we need to make sure that they are.
All we had to do was look at these two and we just knew what they were going to say. Are we going to have the same thing for people who are insecure about their height? We're just going to start doing surgeries to make people 6'5", even though it could really mess their bodies up forever, and there's no going back from that. You know, this is all nonsense, man. Everyone's tax going towards that. That's wild.
Oh, I ran off to a trans sanctuary state, and it was -15 when I woke up this morning, and it is currently like -8 or 9. And I'm just kind of wondering why none of the trans sanctuary places are like where it's warm and nice. I worked hard on growing those boobs.
Hey?
Why can't I show them off?
Yet again, suspicious people saying suspicious things, playing the victim and being weird. Seems to be the classic trend.
Okay, are you gonna post this on Facebook, you weird?
Come on!
I'll have to say whatever the fuck I want.
Oh no. Walk away.
I have it on video. No, I can see that you guys have it on video. So what's gonna happen? With all respect.
So here's the damage.
Oh no.
So are we pressing? Yes, yes. Destruction of private property.
Consequences of your actions,
After good behavior, 6 months in community service, the judge will drop it.
I am a full-time student. I'm coming back here in the summertime.
Nope. Next time you'll think not to do it.
Right.
Dude, like you can't
Donut.
find any like peace in your heart and understanding for
I will let-
this is insane.
No, what was insane is what you did for no reason.
What's insane is that your friend is in a bunny suit and you're
Okay.
outside of a liberal arts school inciting you.
I'm on a public street and a public sidewalk on a public street.
Right.
I don't understand.
This is probably the 3rd or 4th flag that's been damaged.
Tampering my studies and my future, though. Don't you think it kind of gets in the way of like me growing and becoming as an individual?
Teachable moment.
What is a teachable moment?
This.
Yeah, it
What about
is.
your president that's literally getting indicted right now? What about that?
Oh, for what? The false charges? I'll tell you something. I live in Delaware.
I don't want to listen.
That's probably the first time that she's ever been held accountable for doing stupid shit. Can you find the peace in your heart to just let me go? She didn't have any peace in her heart when she was damaging his property. What a donut.
Blue collar guy. I want a blue collar guy. Okay. He's gonna be a Trump supporter. They're all Trump supporters, y'all.
What's wrong
I'm
with
a dumb
that?
bitch, right? I have hope in my heart. So sometimes I give these guys a chance. And then they always reveal themselves to be Trump supporters. Hanging out with this guy who, gosh, he's so lovely. Making me laugh, cooking me dinner. We've been hanging out for a few months. He lives in a cabin in the woods that he built with his own 2 hands. And we were sitting in his hot tub, which he also built with his own 2 hands, and
That's
listening to
pretty
the
cool.
rain and looking at the stars and connecting and vibing. And then he brings up the 2024 election. This whole time I'm hoping he's just anti-government. Not only is he conservative, he's conservative on social issues as well. It's one thing to be a fiscal conservative. It's an entirely other thing to be both. He had a whole bunch of weird, like, Fox News commentary about abortion. It was a bummer. I said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to leave. And he was like, why? It just doesn't make sense, y'all. It just doesn't. I get fiscal conservatism, but what do you mean you don't believe in trans? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
You're
we don't.
crazy. Why do you care? God, bring back anti-government rednecks. It's gonna be sad for you guys. It's gonna be sad.
A few moments later.
I know you're trying to just be an asshole right now, but of course I do, and I happen to have a very cool cat.
Why do people walk cats on leads? I don't know if that's a thing in some other places, but I always just find it weird. Cats can go out and do their own thing. You don't need them on a flipping lead, mate. Sounds like the date and everything was going well, but she put her feelings first and all this BS she's talking, like people will miss an opportunity with someone because they just don't agree with them. It makes no sense. Why can't people just have their own opinions and let people live how they want and have their own views that they want to have? She could be the queen of donuts right here. And then she did that. Not only did she do that, she made this video to make herself look even more stupid than what she already sounded originally. And her saying he doesn't believe in trans, well, a lot of people don't. So she really needs to wake up and smell the coffee, mate. Telling him I'm sorry you feel that way instead of taking accountability for what I did. Hashtag women in male fields.
God, how I love this trend and how it's exposing how women love to project the things that they do. The things that define them as women onto men. And this one in particular is abso-freaking-lutely hilarious. Because the reality is that the next time a woman, any woman, takes on even the slightest bit of accountability for anything, well, that will be the first time a woman, any woman, takes accountability for doing anything. Keep them coming, ladies. These are the best advertisements there are on why men need to avoid you and keep walking away that anyone could ever make.
Yeah, he has got a point. Women like this, man, being accountable is their kryptonite. It's just never gonna happen. Ever.
No, but like, they're not gonna take our antidepressant medications away, are they? Like, I will leave the country. Like, I'm not doing this.
Okay.
Like, you're not taking this shit from me. You already took federal protections away for my fucking uterus. If you're gonna take the one thing keeping me afloat on this fucking thing, I might go fucking crazy. I might go fucking crazy.
Yet again, another liberal saying if it doesn't go the way they want, they're gonna leave the country, which they're probably never gonna do.
I hope you go over there and get your little brain all scrambled up with PTSD and then come back.
I guess this is why no one pays her to think. Anyways, good morning to everybody who didn't decide to take their clothes off for money, give themselves trauma over taking their clothes off for money, complain about it on national TV, and then continue to do it. To the men complaining about her, remember, you guys are responsible for her. You made her famous.
Well, let's be honest here, she's the root of the problem. Of course, men consuming what she was doing is bad, but she is the root of the problem. And as some of you know, I've mentioned it in a video before, me being someone who was diagnosed with PTSD, hearing her say the things she's saying, it does anger me. It does, but it's something that I could rant on about for a long time. I'm gonna spare you guys of that one. But you know, if I said the same thing about women, you wouldn't see that video. But it's fine when women mock men's mental health problems.
I don't give a f if my girlfriend goes and f***s another guy, because I know she's coming back to me at the end of the night. Because we love each other. Because I'm a cool fucking person. I know that. If I'm not gonna gatekeep the f out of who my girlfriend f, do you think I'm gonna chase you around?
I would love to debate this guy, but even though you can't really have a debate, because as soon as you say you're cool with your missus being around and battering up other people, that you can't say anything anymore. You can't. You should never listen to any man who says that, because no real man would be cool with that and be comfortable with that. This guy, Destiny, he is the king of wet wipes, the king of betas. He really is.
I look so cute wearing this makeup. I'm gonna need one of y'all to bite the bullet and just fall in love with me already.
What the fuck are you doing?
I spent 14 consecutive hours getting ran through, and now I'm going to be doing 24 because I'm going to be going for the world record early February next year. I'm going to go for 1,000.
She is the prime product of modern feminism and women empowerment. A lot of women are complaining about what she's doing, but these are the same women that said that sleeping around and sleeping with a bunch of people makes you feel empowered. So
congratulations, you played yourself.
Eric Discordia here. So listen up. Today, I went to the drugstore to get myself some medications, and while I was there, I ran into this person who came up to me, and they were like 70 years old, and they told me how brave I was being simply for being out as myself in the world getting my medications. Now, I talked to them, and I've come to find out that this woman, trans woman, who is presenting at the time as a man, they have served this country for 30 years. They continued living with dysphoria for 30 years in order to continue being able to serve this country, right? They served in 3 different wars. This person was in Vietnam, okay? And they thought I was so brave that they couldn't be as brave as I am. That's ridiculous that you guys have made this world a place where I have to evince as bravery that a person who's...
So a dude that dresses as a woman is braver than a war veteran. Right.
Seen war 3 different places 3 different times, that person thinks I'm braver than they are. That is stupid and ridiculous. We have to fix this.
It's really hard to believe that a lot of this stuff actually happens. Like, you just want to believe it's a joke because that's how it looks, but it isn't. People believe this and live this way. That's the crazy thing.
What do y'all think? Does white privilege exist?
Yes. Absolutely.
Would you guys support paying reparations?
Yeah.
Well, I want to give you guys the opportunity, actually. This is my friend Topher. If you want to pay reparations or help the black community.
So if y'all can, I need lunch today. So y'all have $20 I can grab.
Don't have my wallet on.
This face says it all, doesn't it? And there's not a lot of brain cells in there to comprehend the answer they're going to give, because a lot of these people don't really agree with a lot of the nonsense they actually say. They just say what they think they should say instead of actually telling the truth.
Do you think a man is less of a man if he can't change a flat tire?
I do think so. Me and my roommates talk about it all the time, and that's one of the qualities we look for in a man, just to know that we can be safe and protected with them.
Is a woman less of a woman if she can't...
But I thought we were equal. So, can't she change a tire? Because, you know, I'm all about equality, same as them.
Cook a meal from scratch?
No.
Why is there a difference?
Because I don't know how to cook a meal from scratch, so...
What if a man doesn't know how to change a tire?
Well, I guess it's okay, but if a man wants a woman who can cook, then they shouldn't date me.
Wow, what an absolute catch. This is why the passport bros are a real thing. You know, it's the same as a man. He should be able to defend his woman, protect her. She should feel safe with him. A woman who can't cook or do the essential stuff that a woman should do, that's a controversial statement. I know some people will say, oh, you can't say that. There's nothing wrong with wanting a woman who can cook. It's fine to not know how to do it and learn, but the women who are like, no, never doing it, do it yourself, just give those ones a miss, mate.
Female inmates at a Minnesota prison are being forced to share showers with a 53-year-old man convicted of murder. Genevieve Gluck with Redux is reporting that Bradley Richard Servio, who is serving a
If someone's guilty and had a look, it's this guy right here.
life sentence for beating a man to death with a hammer before lighting the house on fire to cover up his crime, was transferred into Minnesota's only women's-only prison, MCF Shakopee, last year after he began identifying as trans. Female inmates report feeling violated that they are forced to shower with Servio, who admittedly...
Well, it's funny because I bet on the outside some of those women agreed that, you know, and they stood up for trans and they believed in it. As soon as they locked in a prison with him, that quickly goes out the window, doesn't it?
He had anger issues when he was housed in the male estate. One female inmate, whistleblowing under the name Laquisha, said, quote, "No surgery has been done whatsoever. He is fully a man and still has a man's body part attached to him. He acts like a man, sounds like a man, behaves like a man. It's because he's a man." Bradley Servio said, "I've been on hormones and wearing women's underclothes." Prison officials ignored the concerns of women like Laquisha, who was reportedly told, quote, "There's nothing the authorities can do about it unless something really happens to me." At least 6 men have now been transferred into the Minnesota women's prison since 2023, half of whom are serving or have served time for charges related to the of children. Another woman inside, going by Carrie, said, quote, I just don't understand why the Department of Corrections would put violent men and sex offenders around all these women. Bradley Servio, who calls himself Aurora, was transferred into the women's prison 5 months before the state's new
That's an interesting looking woman right there.
gender identity policy was put into place, meaning they sent him there to live and shower with women because they wanted to. The trans activist...
This guy is playing the system. He knows what he's doing. He's probably having a field day over there. He's playing them at their own game. And the people that agree with this and voted for this, this is what they wanted. So they shouldn't be, a lot of these people complaining in the comments, they voted for this and they agreed with this. They were out in the streets protesting about it. So you can't complain about it now. This is what you get.
Nonprofit group Gender Justice, whose 2022 lawsuit against the Minnesota Department of Corrections brought about this policy change, received nearly $500,000 in taxpayer funding from Governor Tim Walz's administration as part of a settlement. Gender Justice argued that the Department of Corrections was discriminating against yet another trans-identified male inmate, Christina Lusk, by housing him with other men in the male estate and denying him access to sex reassignment procedures, including vaginoplasty. The new policy also forces female staff to perform strip searches and pat-downs on these male inmates, as it states that, quote, incarcerated people who are transgender, gender diverse, intersex, or non-binary may request that they receive pat or unclothed body searches from security staff of a specific gender. As female inmate Carrie stated, it's sad that the staff doesn't care about how we as women feel.
Like I said throughout the video, there's so many people complaining, rightfully so. This stuff, it's absolutely absurd how this has even happened. And the people that agree with this, voted for this, say, yeah, it's fine, they can be in there. How do those people sleep at night? And I guarantee you some of those women in that prison, like I said, they probably agreed with all this nonsense with trans and all that. And now they've got to live with it and deal with it. And they're locked behind closed doors with one of them, a violent one. All that stuff's quickly gone out the window. And they got funding from US tax-paying dollars. That is crazy. How this stuff happens, I don't know.
You guys do not have medical degrees. You
don't
have
need to. So do all transgenders need medical degrees?
No, I think if you're going to make...
So you're trying to say we're not qualified to speak on this issue. Yep. But all the people that are saying that they're, whatever, I singular they, which is one of the things they say, right? They don't have a medical degree.
I care when you say gender ideology is bad biology. Because to make that claim, you have to have qualifications.
No, which you don't.
No, you don't.
If you read our flyer. I am very familiar with this type of literature, and I'm very familiar with your arguments, and I'm very familiar on how ignorant they are. Because
but you haven't read it yet.
So what about the American College of Pediatricians?
You've read this?
Yes.
How about the American College of Pediatricians? Are they ignorant?
If you want to sway me to your side, you need to provide me resources for me to believe you. No!
It's got plenty of sources on the back.
This person on the right, I mean, if you could draw up what these people look like, it is that person right there, carrying like 50 little pride flags as well.
I just want, it's a bit too obvious.
They started blaring rock music because they have no arguments.
Yeah.
Gender ideology contradicts basic biology. Do you not know what intersex people are? Right. That actually, I just pointed you to the source, which talks.
Hey, this guy's got a Nintendo 64 hoodie on. Mate, that was my favorite console. As a Nintendo gamer, we don't claim him. We don't claim him.
It's about intersex people, okay? Individuals with DSD, disorders of sex development, do not constitute a third sex. Okay, I agree. You have a source, I don't. Your source came from your organization. Congrats. I don't have the easy ability to just pop out sources from an organization because I'm not part of one. I'm not part of a LGBT pride organization. Well, I'll tell you why you can't find a source. No, because there is none.
Yeah. Why don't you use the main source, mate? Your flipping brain. I know you got one up there. It might be this small, but I know you got one up there, mate.
Drag Queen Storytime readers, he said, Drag Queen Storytime is the grooming of the next generation. Does that concern you?
Yes, that concerns me.
Thank you. All right. So that should not be happening. But that is what.
But that doesn't.
That is what is happening.
You're pointing out these specific examples
all across the country.
No. You are.
I could give you a handful.
You give
of
one
examples.
example and say it applies to
Let me give you another
movement.
example.
That's not how that works.
The drag pride parade.
All right.
In
I'm
New
being
York
used.
City,
I'm being used for your video.
They said we're
for
coming
you to
for
win
your children
because you're coming with facts prepared by your organization.
I do have facts.
It is very easy for you to win these arguments.
And we're based on biology.
What a
We're not
donut.
based on biology. Chromosomes, it is not as straightforward as you think. Use Google Scholar. Do you know what Google Scholar is? Do you know what Google Scholar is?
There's only two sexes, and gender ideology is delusion.
You're completely ignorant. You can't keep up with biology. You aren't welcome. Yes, you are not welcome. You're not students. You're not related to students. You are not welcome. Bye.
You're on the street, mate.
Since it's the welcome center, and you're not welcoming us.
Gotcha, bitch.
It's like a zoo. Oh, there he is, the White Knight. I've never seen someone try and walk up to someone, get in their face whilst doing nothing at the same time, and didn't look like that was a plan to do anything. It's funny how the guys speaking facts, they all look normal, and everyone else saying the opposite. They look weird. We want love, no hate. Not sure about that one, pal. Oh, rolling his sleeves up. That's funny. He's pulled out the rosary. It's funny because I carry the exact same thing with me all the time to protect myself from evilness. This guy's doing the right thing. But let me tell you something. Guys who have stood there and they just keep doing this, rolling their sleeves up, unzipping, zipping their hoodie up, trying to look tough and intimidate you. That's all it is. They don't want to fight. They're just doing the whole tough guy act. That's what this donut is doing here on the left. What the?
We're dealing with this, okay?
We're dealing with it? You just damaged someone's car. They literally did a crime in front of those police officers. You know, one of them was trying to instigate something, and they were damaging a random person's car, and the cops were just like, yeah, we're dealing with it. Don't worry about it. Man. And I found it funny how this guy said, we want love, no hate here. These people show anything but that, and they really don't practice what they preach.
I need to know how many other millennial Libra bisexual girlies didn't get diagnosed with ADHD until later in life, because all of the symptoms of ADHD just correlate with being a millennial Libra bisexual girly.
Libra bisexual girlies. Wow. I've heard it all now. Every time I come on here and do these videos, I hear different pronouns and things every day.
Would you say that it's God or the devil who prefers you do only? Which one?
I don't think probably the fucking devil, to be honest.
Yeah, probably the devil. So if the devil wants you to do only, what would God prefer you do?
No, I do only.
Oh, so then, and are you consciously doing only on purpose, even though you know that this is against God's preference?
Yeah, and like I said...
And your father is the devil. Do you understand that? Your father is the devil.
Oh my God, I'm a Satanist.
If you say, my father, the devil, wants me to do this thing, and I'm going to keep doing it, that is your father. Your father's not God. Your father's the devil.
All right, you caught me.
It's pretty simple stuff. But a lot of these people that do OF and they try and have an argument about it, they don't seem like the brightest of people. Anyone with half a brain cell wouldn't even get into that line of work in the first place. So she's not really got a good standing for a solid argument.
Wait, what are you doing? Oh my God, fight! There's a fight! We're grabbing signs! Hey, film this! Film this! Do not steal the signs! Oh, I like this. This is good. This is good.
Peace and love.
Oh, wow! Thug life.
Literally back up. The sign is gone.
Wow. That was wild. All right, guys, that was fun. Yeah, Gwen! Give it up for Gwen! She was like a freaking safety, just, you know.
These are the same people that do these things, commit crimes, and then when the police arrest them and they're held accountable, they play the victim. I mean, make it make sense.
Hi, I am Reverend Lazarus Justice Jameson, and I am proud to be the co-founder of Profane Holiness Community Care. My pronouns are they, them. I am a trans masculine psych here in Portland, Oregon, but I am from St. Louis, Missouri. I am a trans refugee. I come to this work because I did
trans refugee. What?
Political organizing, and religious organizing with trans, queer, and otherwise marginalized folks in St. Louis for half a decade, and now I am excited to be doing that again here in Portland. It seems like here in Portland that there is this super big need for spiritual care for marginalized folks. Trans people deserve ritual. Like kinky folks deserve spiritual care, right? Leather, poly folks, sex workers, like everybody else left behind, deserves community, right? We do. We deserve community where we can be together, love one another, and work on our spiritual life together.
I've really heard it all now. The only person who's worthy of holiness and praise, love, worship, everything is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. All the other nonsense she's talking about is waffle. Our Lord is the only one worthy of that.
And you would have been happy about that?
Well, I wouldn't know, would I?
Yeah, because you're a loser. You want to kill more babies that'll never have an existence.
Well,
that's what you want. So are you happy that you're born? Are you happy that you're born? Are you happy that you were born?
Everyone's happy.
Exactly, so let them be born!
Marjorie Taylor Greene advocates for violence. You're advocating for violence. You're a loudmouth loser.
You're the one that's advocating for violence. You want to murder babies. So you're the loser.
I do not. I'm against abortion.
Then why are you not supporting her?
Look at that.
That's all he amounts to.
I just don't understand how people can just willingly say that about unborn babies. Like, I don't know, it's just weird and it just sounds evil, really. And like this guy, he's walking around in a protest and then he says he agrees with Alex. So why is he even there? And that's the thing, a lot of these people don't even know why they're there.
Can we please normalize men coming up to women again? I'm so annoyed that the feminist movement and all these like very entitled females now made it like almost basically impossible for a man to never not seem creepy. And I'm just like, here, like, what the heck? If you don't come up to me, I think you're a weak man. And you may not be, you probably aren't, because it'd be impossible for every man to be a weak man, especially at the gym that I go to. But, damn, the feminists really ruined men need things. Shame on you.
Yep, you can blame feminists for that one. And this seems to be like a yo-yo effect of oh, I want men to approach me, and then the next minute they'll say they don't want to be approached, and then the next day they say they want to be approached, and the next day they say they don't want to be approached. You've really got to play Russian roulette. Like, if she finds you attractive and all that stuff, she's going to say you're charming, it's amazing, you're amazing, you're cute, all the list of things. If she finds you a little bit unattractive or weird, or she doesn't like the flipping shoelaces that are in your shoes, she's going to call you a creep and a weirdo. She's going to ridicule you. She might even post a photo of you saying, watch out for this creep. Guys just aren't risking it anymore.
I think there's a conflation between that if you're not alive, you're automatically dead. I don't think that's true. I think there's a secret third thing that babies are. Yeah.
You have not failed to disappoint me, sir, in this conversation. This is a new one. So you think there's another state of existence that science hasn't found?
Soon to be alive, but they're still developing.
You're actually not fully developed. Your brain isn't
my
fully
brain
developed.
doesn't develop until I'm 25. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So are we all in that stage that he's talking about? Because, yeah, like she said, our brains don't fully develop for a long time. Wow. Just wow.
See, look, we're not finding common ground. But you are certainly alive. You're certainly alive, right?
Yeah.
No one can argue that you're not alive.
Yeah.
For you to argue that there's some mystery third state of existence is pretty far-fetched.
Development.
The child and woman, 8 weeks, when majority of abortions are committed, I love this fact, has she, if she's a she, has every egg she'll ever have in her ovaries at 8 weeks in the womb. Wow. Millions of eggs in her ovary. It's astounding. So the child isn't dead, the child is alive, the child is growing, the child is taking food via the umbilical cord and metabolizing it into energy. So it's not a dead thing, it's not some weird state.
Right.
What you're trying to argue is that it's alive, but you don't care it's alive because you think that child doesn't have value until the 3rd trimester. That's your argument, I think.
Honestly, you're kind of right.
I know. I'm 38 years old, I've been doing this for a while, I know.
This guy is the great example of why we are cooked.
Thank you. I'm privileged.
Oh.
To do this. Thank you.
Oh. What?
God sees what you're doing, and He considers this a great thing.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Just one more. This is the last one.
Can I have a hug too at the end?
All right, you got to ask Cap for that. You got to ask Cap on the hug. We get.
Wow, I thought I'd seen it all. Who are these people? God gave us a brain for a reason. At least use it, or try to use it. Wow.
Bad representation for black women.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually horrible. So many successful black women out here. Why did you have to put Laquisha? That's a representation. Is
yeah,
Laquisha.
It's true.
The box braids. I love you. On the hip. That's attitude. You know, like that's a bad representation. There's so many successful black women. Beautiful. Yeah. You had to go dig up Laquisha. That's a slap in the face. I couldn't wait to get here to see it. People taking pictures. The young lady took a picture between the legs. They're making a mockery of us. They're making a fool of us. Hurry up and take this down and come with the next.
I remember seeing that statue and I actually thought it was a joke or AI or something, because I literally thought the exact same thing as what this woman's saying. There are so many successful black women and they had to pick that out of everything. They couldn't come up with anything else. I think we all know the people that were behind the idea of that statue, what they look like.
Starbucks has not bargained with our union over these dress code changes. Therefore, we do not accept this dress code. Workers United has also sent a letter to Starbucks demanding that the new dress code not be implemented at union-represented stores until bargaining concludes. Starbucks is legally required to bargain with workers at union stores over changes to their working conditions. Unilateral changes are not legal. If the new dress code is implemented at our store, or if workers are disciplined for wearing face masks, we will be forced to take escalating action. Thank you, the union partners at 36 in May.
Imagine going to work somewhere, you apply to work for them, they pay your wages, and then you're entitled enough to speak out and be like, right, this shouldn't happen. If this happens, I'm going to do this. If you hate it that much, then get a new job. And of course, it's these people in Starbucks that are saying this nonsense.
That's disgusting.
Abortion is disgusting, you're right.
Hearing shit like that is disgusting.
Why? Well, you're dropping the F-bomb right in her face and you're flipping off a total stranger. Maybe your kid doesn't need to see that.
she's saying all that. Kids don't need to see that. Look how she's acting, like, exactly like he said. And walking around in a flipping pride protest, and you took your child there and you want to talk about what he's doing? I think she needs to look in the mirror.
This might be a hot take, but Sydney Sweeney is the new racist dog whistle. If you don't know, a dog whistle is a term or some sort of descriptive that is meant to invoke images of something racist without explicitly saying that. Like 88 or Elon Musk's weird salute that he did. And I'm not talking about this being a temporary thing like a lot of trends are. This is going to be permanent. It has been adopted by the far right and by white supremacists. She is their new icon, which means she represents them in a way. They've literally created a meme coin off of her, and there are a lot of people retweeting, oh, finally, we are so back. America is so back because of this campaign. And I could honestly see this affecting her career.
Well, yeah, because they're showing a pretty woman, which she is. And it's funny how all the people complaining that it's racist, she's this, she's that, they're all ugly. They're all ugly. And look at the posters before, like the old Calvin Klein ones of obese people wearing thongs and all that. Who the hell wants to look at that? Soon as we get someone who's remotely attractive, which she is, people lose their minds. And I saw the Sydney Sweeney ad and I thought, what's wrong with this advert? And of course people are going to be upset because they're mad they're not as pretty as she is. And that's just the way it is.
Later down the line in Hollywood, which, let's face it, is pretty left-leaning. And now, unfortunately, Sydney Sweeney has become code for Aryan people, or just the white race, generally speaking. Whether she intended for this to be the impact or not, that's what happened. And she signed up and approved these lines and then read them on camera. So she's absolutely complacent and at fault here.
Yep, in 2025, everything's racist, and if you're a good-looking person and you do something like what she did, you're a Nazi and all this stuff. It's just hilarious to listen to.
Yep, that got me too. And I don't know why. Maybe because it's just so blatant.
Guys, look at this photo on the left, right? I don't know if some of you have seen the Sydney Sweeney advert. If you haven't, check it out. I mean, what is racist about that photo there? I don't understand. Other than the fact she's pretty. A lot of people are upset with that.
I keep thinking that people just are not going to believe us until we're hung out there. But then even then, I feel like they'll be like, oh, no. Kind of like they are with.
She's crying about it. She's literally crying about it. That's hilarious. And when I first heard about liberals getting upset about this advert, I thought surely not. You know, I see a lot of stupid stuff and people getting upset over stupid stuff, but this is up there. This is up there, man.
And I just want to say, as somebody who has a deep special interest as an autistic person in digital media literacy, and somebody who has extensively studied digital media literacy in my Master's of Education program, this type of propaganda, because that's what this is a piece of propaganda that will be written about in history books.
What? This, guys, I don't know. I don't know about this one. This has to be a joke. Surely, these people can't be that stupid, can they? Or can they? Sydney Sweeney has great genes. And American Eagle, from what I saw, they made like 400 million off that advert. People lie, numbers don't. And we've had that thing recently where that black, queer, trans activist actor is playing as Jesus in some short film or something on stage. No one's talking about that. Everyone's talking about this. Funny that. So you're telling me that this is controversial, but a black, queer, trans activist playing as Jesus isn't? Right. And I've watched the advert to see what people are complaining about and pictures and all this stuff. And everyone's saying she's a Nazi, she's racist. People are trying to find out where she lives and all this nonsense. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. And I'm an expert at watching delusional donuts, and even I can't see I can't see what they're complaining about. But this is just yet again another example of no matter what people do, it's always going to be people who are miserable and hate themselves, they hate their lives, are going to try and put other people down or have something to complain about. If it was a black actress or model, whatever, no one would say anything then, would they? Or if it was someone who wasn't attractive, they wouldn't say anything. It's literally because, like I've said, when attractive people do things like this, all the ugly people who don't get attention, they hate to see it. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me a while to make. If you've made it this far, then man, fair play to you. So if you did make it to the end, do let me know. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to go and enjoy my birthday now after watching all that nonsense. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.